Hello, my dear friends. It's me, Beata, from Horoscopes and Readings.com. And today I would like to talk about Saturn and Venus in a synastry. And just a little bit, I would like to dive deeper into composite chart. Well, I actually have quite a few videos about composite chart, but not so many, right? And recently I actually read one kind comment from you about composite chart, and how she was glad to find me, and she gained a lot of information on this topic. So I decided to talk about composite a little bit more. First of all, if you are new here, I would like to welcome you, and if you like it here, please support me by hitting subscribe button here on YouTube. Well, I could be your personal astrologer as well, because you can book a reading with me. It is very simple, just follow instruction below this video, or you can order your reading through my website horoscopes and readings.com. Really simple. Oh, okay, so let's do this. Venus is planet of love, okay? um, Venus really cannot be overlooked in a synastry. Sometimes we slightly want to manipulate things, and we want to hear what we want to hear, like Venus is not that important, or you can balance Venus by some other stuff. But the truth is that through my practice, I can tell you that Venus, especially with Saturn, is felt like all the time. Of course, um, it will depend on the type of aspect, obviously, because if you have Saturn with easy contacts like trine and sextile, you could actually enjoy safety of the relationship, especially if you are a Venus person, because this is how it works, right? As I get older, I actually like Saturn, because Saturn will give you predictable results, right? If you will work hard, you will sooner or later achieve this thing, right? That's why Saturn is very much, down to earth, right? It's really not um, connected to esoteric field, but the thing about Saturn is that we know what we can expect by Saturn, and pretty much when the going gets tough, we can rely on Saturn, right? So if you have easy contacts either in synastry or in composite, good for you, because you could actually have very reliable Saturn, unless Neptune is somehow involved there. But yeah, I like to see this one very much. Now we have like different story with Saturn square opposition and conjunction to Venus, because this is different story. All the time I prepare readings for my clients, and oftentimes they are really not involved with the person, right? Because they ask me to do their synastry, but that guy or that girl is really not their official partner. It is pretty much just their object of interest, and they just want to know more, etc. But I don't know why, but recently I had clients and they had this difficult contact between Saturn and Venus in synastry. I always pay attention to Venus, because Venus is pretty much how you will be felt, how you will feel in this relationship, how you will experience love from your person. In my first marriage, my Venus was not aspected at all by planets from my partner. And guess what? I felt very lonely and pretty much invisible and, of course, unloved in our marriage, because Venus is important, even if you don't have like Taurus rising or Venus in the first house, or even if Venus is not prominent in your chart. Still, Venus is planet of love. That's why I pay attention to it. Like cookbook stuff with Saturn and Venus square, pretty much square, is the most felt. It's like this is like unrequited love. Every time I see this one in Synastry, there are some blockages, meaning other circumstances why two people cannot be together. And it is very hard to overcome it. It may take years. I'm sorry to tell you this, but this is how it works, right? When you have opposition, it's really this one exception to the rule, because opposition, in my opinion, creates different dynamic, and I tend to like it, right? At the beginning, when I actually started with astrology, I was quite skeptical. I really could not see this opposition working very good, but not just this opposition, but opposition in general when it comes to synastry is something very, very potent, because it's the spark, right? This is how I feel it currently. It's the spark between two people. Okay, so I would probably give opposition aside, even though opposition between Saturn and Venus will for sure have its downs as well. Conjunction is, in my opinion, very good, but sometimes can be a little bit heavier, because especially if orb is tight, you will feel like your partner is suffocating you. This is how it is felt. But if you are really looking for safety, for someone stable, or someone who will like to even own you in a way, just a little bit, you may enjoy Saturn conjunct Venus. But really, Saturnian aspects, they will give you stability, right? And I like to see it in synastry, because in this modern world, it is pretty much so difficult to find someone whom we can trust, rely on, someone who is not flaky, right? So these are definitely good things about Saturn Venus in synastry. Don't forget, synastry is your day-to-day interaction, how you cope in day-to-day life. Well, I like this topic about Saturn Venus. I will probably make more videos about this one in upcoming weeks. I like it. I enjoy it. Composite chart between Saturn and Venus will be felt for sure. Sometimes I'm asked if it is really that relevant if you have Saturn square Venus in composite. Well, we have to understand that especially difficult contacts, they are not felt from very beginning. You might be having difficult contacts either in synastry or in composite with someone, and you don't feel unloved. But what you can feel, or what you can really see, is that that guy is from overseas and it's just so difficult to even meet. Okay, these are very practical examples of how it works. But you could still have relationship even if you have Saturn square Venus in composite. This is how I want to encourage you in this one. But you have to look at everything, because orb always matters. If you have it 0 degree, probably you will not be able to make it, because there will be so many problems, so much going on, it will be so difficult and heavy and, you know, not possible for obvious reasons. If orb is wider, more than 5, uh, this has potential still. You know, adjustments will be required in your relationship, in your overall relationship, but you could function with this one even in a long term. Of course, um, to be more specific, I would have to see your composite with this aspect, which houses are involved and where is the major problem. You know, if you order reading from me, I could actually advise you on this one, how to approach this difficult contact, but I would have to see your chart. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. I'm very passionate about Saturn Venus contacts, even though it is not very passionate aspect, but I would like to cover this one in upcoming weeks. So I wish you a very nice week and bye bye.